Hatred feels right when you've been wounded deeply enough. That is exactly when your true nature is exposed. Not in comfort, not in calm, but in the heat of pain where revenge starts to look like justice. Maggy Barankitse stood in the middle of one of the darkest chapters in Burundi during the Burundian Civil War. This was not distant violence you hear about and move on from. This was personal, raw, and unforgiving. Neighbors turned into killers overnight. People she knew by name became instruments of death. She watched friends die. Children were slaughtered. Homes became death traps. Everything familiar became dangerous. In that chaos, instinct gives one command: run, protect yourself, escape the fire. Most people did. She didn't. She stayed, not out of ignorance, not because she didn't understand the danger, but because she made a decision that defies human instinct. She began pulling children out of the wreckage of that violence, not just children from her own tribe. She would have been expected and justified, but children from the attacker's tribe, the same group responsible for the killings, the same people who had caused unbearable loss. That is where this story stops being normal. Because when grief is fresh and anger is justified, compassion feels like weakness. Forgiveness feels like betrayal. Everything inside you demands that you draw a line, pick a side, and protect your own. She refused. She chose to save their children. Think about that carefully. A woman standing in the middle of loss, surrounded by reasons to hate, yet refusing to let hatred take root inside her. She gathered those children, fed them, protected them, raised them. She built a place where identity did not determine worth, where a child was not punished for the crime of a tribe, where humanity was stronger than division. In a time where hatred was normal, she made love an act of defiance. Now hear this clearly. Faith is not proven when life is comfortable. It is proven when hatred feels justified and you reject it anyway. That is the hard truth, because anyone can love when it is easy. Anyone can forgive when the wound is small. But when pain gives you the right to become bitter, when anger gives you the power to strike back, and you still choose mercy, that is not weakness. That is strength, not revenge, not retaliation. Control. Because the real battle is not what happens around you. It is what you allow to grow within you. A man or a woman can survive war and still be destroyed inside by hatred. She understood that, and she made a choice most people never make. She refused to become what she suffered. And that is the line that separates belief from reality. Not what you say, not what you claim, but what you choose when it costs you everything.